Alright, we should be live. What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? We've had a 2-week break from the stream, so that means it's been 3 weeks since I've seen everybody live. What's up? First in the house today was Giant Robots. What's up, what's up? We got Stang 2007 in the house. We got Simon Lee. Cammy Hudson, that was former EMT, so I have my ideas on what that is, but I'll keep my opinions to myself for now. Which is really interesting, like, posting medical or health stuff, especially as, like, a content creator online, or just, even if you're not a content creator, if you do that to, like, say, Facebook or whatever social media, you definitely get a lot of thoughts and opinions from people, which, I mean, I'm grateful that people care, and stuff like that. But I've gotten stuff that are similar and kind of correct as to what my diagnosis is at the moment. But then I had some people get some really out there stuff that's random that is not even close to what it is. So, but I mean, I'm always open to hearing other people's opinions, right? Because if it is something that I end up looking into more, and it seems like that might be the issue and that the doctors missed it, I'm not, you know, above asking my doctor, like, hey, could it be this? Just because, like, you know, someone had mentioned it to me and I did some research and it looks like I do have these similar symptoms. But yeah, I'll fill you guys in on what's going on. I'm not sure if you can notice, I'm sitting a bit back today because my foot is right here. I have to kind of keep it elevated for as long as I can. I'll show you a cool magic trick that my foot can do too. It can turn from normal color to purple and red in like less than 60 seconds. Beta Ray Bob, we calling that a thumbnail or a toenail? I like the jokes. We'll call it both. Well, it could be the toe thumbnail. I don't know if it's called the toe, the thumb on the or a foot thumb, but I view the big toe as basically a thumb on your foot. We got NYC Potatoes. We got Craig Lilly in the house. What is up, Citrus? Super Donut Citrus. We got Kale 130. Chemical Aid. What's up? What's up? Chemical Aid had their package stolen off the ports. The merchant is going to send me the package again, though. Nice. What was? Where did you buy it from? What was stolen? James Ray is second ER visit in 2 weeks. James, we're like ER twins. I went to the ER back-to-back weeks. I went on a Sunday morning when all this first started happening. Then the following Monday, I went again. So in total, I've seen 3 doctors. 2 different ER doctors because, you know, they rotate and stuff. And then my specialist, who's a rheumatologist, who specializes in like arthritis and stuff like that. And that, my rheumatologist I've been seeing for like years. So James Ray is starting dialysis. Oh no, Space Case is on hold again. I hope, you know, your health and everything works out for you. But yeah, I'm starting to feel old, and I know I'm not old, but my birthday occurred while all this was happening. During the first week of all this happening with my foot, my birthday passed, and then I ended up on a virtual voice call with my doctor on my birthday, and then you know, there wasn't much to do to celebrate, so usually me and Melissa, like, we would go out and eat somewhere, like one of our favorite restaurants or something, but this birthday was spent laying on the couch, kind of in pain. But yeah, I mean, I'm 35. I'm not super old, but I'm not super young anymore either. I feel like sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm in my early 20s still, but then when the health stuff comes up, then I'm like, oh great, yep, that's the age setting in. So what's up, John? Net Guy Reviews says, is this where we check in for the MRSA show? And it is not that. It was ruled out. It is not staph infection. Also, cellulitis was a very common guess that people had, and it wasn't cellulitis either. They did put me on antibiotics just in case, but It ended up not doing anything. It didn't make a difference. I still, because when you start antibiotics, you have to finish the whole round. You can't just stop, even though you realize it's not, you don't have an infection. You still have to finish the round. So I'm still finishing it off because it's 10 days. Mag 1631 says swelling like that is not a good thing. You're young, be careful. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been dealing with inflammation in my joints and stuff since I was like 10, but this was a different level of pain and swelling that I've never seen in my entire life. Like, I've never been in so much pain. What up, Chris? We got Coalition Gaming Chris in the house. Geez, look at that eyebrow raise in the thumbnail. Welcome back. Thank you. The foot pics look scary. Yeah. R-Flet with the tech drama. Lots of tech drama about Dr. Disrespect and Review Tech USA, and then the unnamed tech influencer tried starting up feet pics side gig until his wife found out. Okay. I know the whole Dr. Disrespect thing, kind of. Was that in the last 2 weeks? The last 2 weeks were, it felt like the slowest time in my life. Because when you're bedridden, or for me, I was couch ridden, I basically, unless I was using the bathroom, I was on the couch. Like, just laying down, elevating my foot, keeping it rested. But the whole Dr. Disrespect thing, was that in the last 2 weeks where it came out that he was, like, messaging with Twitch Whispers, which isn't even a thing anymore, a minor, and then, yeah, that's all just, like, career-destroying stuff right there. I didn't hear about Review Tech USA, though. I'm going to look that up. We're just chilling right now, getting acquainted. I don't know if people even got the notifications for my stream. It took a while for the first comment to pop up when I posted the stream. But I'm just giving people time to come in because I'm going to go over all the stuff with my foot, and I don't want to have to repeat it. So I'd rather just wait like 10 or 15 minutes. But Review Tech USA. Let me see what's in the news. I don't see anything in the recent news about him. Let me see. Yeah, in Google News, nothing comes up with Review Tech USA. But unless there was something else more recent. Death Tech, show me them dogs, Danny. I'll show the dogs. I'll show the magic trick too. Smash Network TV, hope you get better soon. Yeah, me too. Nothing like being basically couch ridden or bedridden and I haven't been able to walk since, it happened on June 22nd, Saturday night. My foot flared up in pain. I tried to sleep on it because usually, when you rest and you sleep, hopefully the next morning you wake up feeling better. I woke up the next morning in agonizing pain. So Sunday morning at like 6 or 7 a.m., my wife took me to the ER. Which, by the way, if you ever have to go to ER, because the first time I went to ER, it was on Sunday morning at like 6:30 a.m. It was like instant. Got in there, they saw me right away, got me into the room, doctor checked me out. It was like so fast. Second time I went to ER was like at 4 p.m. on a weekday, and the line for the ER was literally like 15 people or something. It was so packed. So yeah, if you ever have to go to the ER, try to make it like early morning or super late night when there's less people able to go, like less crowded hours. What's up, Donut Farmer? How's it going, Danny? Feeling better? I am feeling better for the most part. Like, I was at 11 out of 10 pain when it started. Now I can't walk on my 2 feet yet, but the pain level has gone down where I can sleep through the night. And anytime I put my foot down and the pressure builds up, it's like uncomfortable, but it's not agonizing pain. So I watched a lot of House and Scrubs. I never watched House. I need to watch it though. I like medical shows, but I watched all of Scrubs. Scrubs is probably, I don't think about it much or talk about it much, but Scrubs is definitely one of my favorite series, like that I've ever watched. Yeah, I enjoy scrubs a lot. Danny is like death kept. No. So I'll go over it more in detail. Gout is still the top like theory right now, which is weird. I pulled up so I had a full panel of blood work done. We could look through all of that because it's pretty interesting. I don't know half of what it means, but the main indicator of gout, I am not in the range, but that doesn't mean I don't have gout. But yeah, gout is still the leading like theory of what I have. RGB foot, exactly. What's up? It's Unbroken. What's up, Nathan Tasker Force? What up? Are we doing jokes? Put your best foot forward, lol. Glad to see you back in action. What's up, Robert? Fix it. Glad to see you in the stream. What's up? I am too good. Bye Gaming by DWD. What's up? How are you? I'm doing better. I'm just glad to... I'm trying to get back in the routine of things. Like, when this all happened, because I could basically not move, you know, the house... Because Melissa's going through some of her own medical things right now, too. So, like, dishes started piling up. Like, the house was just getting more cluttery and messy and stuff like that. Because, you know, it's just a lot of work to keep everything clean while trying to cook and, like, survive. But I'm getting back into the swing of things where I can start to do the chores and all that stuff. So, yeah. I tried mowing the lawn today, but it's not that easy because... Basically, this is how I get around right now. This is kind of like a crutch. Well, it is a crutch, but it's not your typical crutch that you like use on your forearm or your underarm. This thing is basically like a pirate peg leg that helps you walk around, and I can show you in a second. But I want to show you the foot first. I may have missed what happened, but in the thumbnail, it looks like he got bit or stung or something. Yeah, a lot of people guess that I got bitten by something, but no bite marks from anything like bugs or spiders or anything like that. This was all inflammation. Inflammation due to what we might think is gout. Feel free to share the pics I DM'd live. Oh, okay. Let me see. Did you whisper or message me? Did you do it on Twitter? Chris, where'd you DM me? Oh, what is this? Oh, the LAN. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you had the LAN party this past Saturday. Yeah, I'll pull them up. Logan MGLR, I got a new power supply and my PC is back up and running. So, yeah, I think the issue was, it must have been a surge because I know the power supply that was in that system, it was pretty much a brand new unit that went through the rounds of benchmarks and everything with no problems. So, for it to just randomly die like that, I would say is very improbable. The fact that you had your computer plugged directly into the wall without any power, like a surge, a strip or surge protector, I would say that is the most likely explanation as to why the power supply died. If I had to guess, we'll never know, but that's what my guess is. But I'm glad your computer's back up and running. Video probably won't be out for a while because I still need to catch up on all my stuff. Bro has gout, lupus. Well, I have lupus. We know I have lupus. I've been diagnosed with that for like 25 years now. Lyme disease, hopefully not, because I've seen what Lyme disease can do, like, to you mentally over time. It is scary. So, hopefully it's not Lyme disease. I think I'm still all here mentally. But gout and lupus, they're not related, but they both are like arthritic type of diseases. All right, sorry guys, I'm getting caught up on chat. Just let me do this. I also accepted a job in Job Corps. Definitely gonna miss this place with my family. You have 12 days to pack and prepare. Do you get to take your PC with you? But I mean, you know what? Getting out there, doing work, making money. So Good for you. Glad to hear that. Coalition Gaming Chris, throwing my back out multiple times in the last few years made me feel the same. You definitely still look in your early 20s. Thank you, Pika Wubs. Did I miss the show feet? What's up, Jan? And Martin and Jan in the house. What up? No, you guys didn't miss it yet. I'll show my foot in a second. But wait till you get the hemorrhoids. Wait till you get it. Hemorrhoids isn't like a guaranteed thing in life, is it? Like, don't you have to like go to the bathroom a certain way and push extra hard and stuff to develop hemorrhoids? I don't think that's something that I'm gonna wait till I get. Hopefully it never gets. How's Dr. Disrespect tech drama? It is, yeah, you're right. It is more influencer drama. The only thing tech about it is that he plays PC games, but that's about it. Okay, that to me narrows it down to 2 choices, says Cammy. How's your sugar intake? Carbs, sugar can cause a ton of inflammation. Honestly, I mean, carbs, I eat a lot of rice, right? As an Asian person, we eat a lot of rice. Sugar intake, like, we don't carry soda in our house. We carry fruit juices, but like anytime you check in our fridge, it's not like we always have stocked cans of sodas or bottles of soda. I'll drink soda when we go out, or like if we're like at, I don't know, a birthday party or something like that. It's mostly when we like eat out or like go to Costco and grab a hot dog and soda. Like, that's when I'll drink soda. I don't drink soda regularly. Maybe the equivalent of like 1 can a week, about, if I had to guess. Other than that, sugars, like, I mean, I don't eat a ton of candy. Even though like on the stream sometimes, like when I bought, you know, the bag of, what is it, freeze-dried Skittles, or like when Melissa bought the Mexican candy, that's not like a regular thing. Like, I'm not just shoving candy and sugar down my throat, like, you know, day in and day out weekly. I will say though, during the LAN parties, my sugar intake definitely goes up. I'm drinking more energy drinks. I am drinking way more soda. We are eating whatever the heck snacks. So, I mean, I don't know if it's related to that, but I'll show you guys my uric acid level from the blood test and stuff. And all these things that you're mentioning could increase the uric acid levels, which could increase the gout crystals. But yeah, well, I'll get into that later. Review Tech USA needs to review tech again. Stop being a lazy law call. Yeah, I mean, Review Tech has been a reaction channel for like the last, I don't even know how long, 5 or plus years. So I still didn't see what the drama was about. I might have missed it, but I'm trying to go through every single comment. Just beefing with people. Oh, okay, so he's beefing with people. But I mean, again, is he beefing with other influencers or actually tech stuff? What's up, Scorp? Okay, you literally one left. I'm curious to hear your guess, Cammy. Just because, you know, gout is the leading theory, but if you have something else, I'm definitely down to look into it. But didn't realize, yeah, I saw your LAN. It's not like I could really make it to these LAN parties anyways, but the LAN party invite, I remember seeing that email and I was just being on the couch, like couch ridden. Gaming Fire said, I had heavy inflammations in my left hand. Thankfully, that was over 7 years ago. I still have aches there and limited muscle retraction. May God give you full speed and recovery. I am recovering. I just cannot wait till I can walk on 2 feet again. Like, using this little pirate crutch thing is so slow. The ER is not like that stupid. Show untold stories of the ER where they make it look like it is all fun and games. Let's see. House MD is awesome. I have done full blood tests. I'll show you guys in a second. When is the next LAN party? Our next LAN party, the date has been set. It is in September. It is going to be here at my place, down here in the basement. This is going to be exciting because we recently changed out our AC for a heat pump. So I'm very curious to see how that handles a full load of people and gaming PCs. But yeah, LAN party, the next one is set, the date. Unless we change it, it will be in September. Spent my time watching Boys for the first time. Yeah, dude, being like bedridden for this long, I've watched so many shows and got caught up on so much anime. Pretty much the entire time I've been watching like anime or whatever TV shows on Netflix and stuff like that. 2.5 weeks straight. Just, that's all I did. What's a reluctant hero? I'd make a joke about Nerd on a Budget's foot, but then I'd feel like a heel. We got some wrestling jokes in the house. Gotta get that Roomba. Dude, those Roomba lawnmowers, I guarantee you, like, as soon as you have slightly wet grass, as soon as you have some bumps or roots in your, you know, in your lawn, as soon as you have, like, certain tall grass, those things just, like, perform like garbage. Nothing beats, like, you know, an actual push mower. Mine's a battery powered one, but whether it's electronic, gas, plug-in, whatever, I don't think anything beats that. I use a robot vacuum in the house. I would not trust a robot lawnmower to do a good job. Oh man, they didn't give you one of those knee scooters? I didn't want a knee scooter. It's way too big and clunky. Like, so this is what I'm using. Oh my god. Amazon, why do you think I'm like... So I'm using one of these things. I bought this a couple years ago because I actually had a flare-up on my lupus where I couldn't walk. But yeah, this is the thing that I have over here. So it's called an iWalk. I don't know, for anybody who's having mobility issues and need crutches, if you want your hands free while being able to walk kind of like a pirate, you can buy one of these things. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but you know, for the sake of walking and your health, medical devices usually aren't super cheap. But yeah, this is what I'm using. Yeah, I don't think I would want a knee scooter. Just with the wheels and stuff, it's just too big and clunky. This is a lot more manageable with regards to, like, if I had to quickly, you know, if we're leaving the house, I could just throw this on, get in the car, pop it off without dealing with too much of space constraints and stuff. And especially, like, if you're going to the grocery store or something, like, having a knee scooter is just, like, in the way, and then, yeah. I never guessed gout because I thought that was pretty easy to diagnose through blood work / urinalysis. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the blood work and all that too, that can be a strong indicator of gout, but there are people who have uric acid levels that are really high and have never had gout. There are people who have low levels below the threshold and can still get gout. So it's like, like a lot of medicine, it's not an exact science, but yeah. Chat is full of PC people, many of which like troubleshooting. Now we're trying to troubleshoot you. All right, so let me get into the health issues. Sorry, I had to skip a bunch of chat, but we'll get caught up later. All right, you can you can bolt a skateboard to the bottom of that and have your own homemade scooter. Okay, so just to summarize what happened, I'll pull up the YouTube posts. Nerd on a Budget. I'll pull up the community posts because I think those pictures are probably the best. So this is what happened. So it's 2 weeks ago. We're 2.5 weeks in, but basically I went to the ER because on the Saturday night that this happened, my foot was in a ton of pain. We're talking like literally 11 out of 10 levels of pain just by sitting there. Not from me moving my foot, not from me putting weight on it. Just laying down in bed with my foot sitting straight out. I had like 11 out of 10 levels of sharp, intense pain in my left foot. And that's what it looked like, my left foot compared to my right foot. Huge difference. It was just ballooned up. So I went to the ER and I told them, like, hey, I have lupus. My foot has flared up before where it's painful when I walk, but this is the first time it's painful when I'm not doing anything. So based on that information, they took an x-ray to make sure nothing was broken, nothing was sprained. They x-rayed my foot, couldn't find anything. So then they said, okay, this might just be a really intense lupus flare-up. Let us give you some, they gave me some steroids to help with inflammation. It's called prednisone. I've taken it before, but they gave me that, sent me home, and said, if it doesn't improve, come back. So I took the full round of steroids, and nothing changed. So then a week later, I'm back in the ER, and my foot has been doing this weird thing where it has like this really red, like my skin turned really red / purple. So I'm back in the ER. I told them, hey, I don't think it's my lupus because I've been on my lupus meds. Took the steroids. It's not going down. So then a lot of people on the first post were thinking maybe it's a blood clot or something. I thought it was a blood clot because of how swollen my foot was and how red it was. So they do an ultrasound. They ultrasound my entire leg, like the entire side of my leg. They ultrasound my foot. Couldn't find any blood clot. Couldn't find like a tumor or anything cancerous or anything like that, which I guess is a good thing. But then they send me home with antibiotics because they're thinking, okay, this might be an infection. We don't want to risk missing it. So they gave me 2 different antibiotics. I forgot what the names were. I'm still taking them now to finish off the round. So they sent me home with the antibiotics and taking the antibiotics. By this point, I'm like on a ton of meds. So like my stomach just feels like complete crap. I've lost my appetite. I've lost my will to eat. I've lost 10 pounds since this whole thing has happened just because my appetite hasn't been normal. And I can only eat so much like under all these meds. But they send me home with that. And as of right now, I don't think it was any kind of infection. So the antibiotics was just kind of like the safe play, but they weren't necessary. But in that time, I scheduled a meeting with my rheumatologist, which is a doctor who specializes in like arthritis as well as like skin, different like skin conditions and stuff like that. It's a doctor of skin and bones essentially. And he takes one look at my foot and he says, that looks like gout. And if you guys don't know what gout is it's a form of arthritis that basically what happens, I'm trying to find a good picture of it, but here's one that's pretty decent. If I can get a big picture of it. Yeah, so the way gout works is, everybody has it's called like your uric acid levels in your body. And that can be increased or decreased by a number of factors. Diet is one of them. Eating red meats, intaking high fructose corn syrups or a lot of sugars, and then a variety of other foods, like I think asparagus. There are plenty of healthy foods that could make you prone to gout. But essentially what happens is if your uric acid is at a certain level or higher, your body can form these little crystals in your joints or around your joints. So basically, if you guys have ever, like, imagine getting like, I don't know, having a needle poking the exterior of your skin or whatever, right? It's fine. It's not like the end of the world. But now imagine like having a needle inside of you. The insides of our bodies are just like way more sensitive and receptive to pain. So imagine having these little sharp little crystals form inside your body, around your joints and stuff like that, and how painful that could be. Like, they have other pictures of what gout looks like under a microscope, but just imagine these little thin needle-like crystals that are forming in your joints. So that's what gout is, right? And that's what they think has happened to my foot. There is YouTube videos of people with gout squeezing out tofu. Oh, I don't even want to imagine that. Oh yeah, alcohol too. So it's red meats. So we're talking steaks, pork, anything that's like not chicken and turkey, I guess. Like all the red meats, which is stuff I love. Alcohol is one too, but for me, alcohol is like not an issue. I literally probably have the equivalent of 1 or less beers a year. I don't drink. The last time I drank was for the LAN party because I lost a bet and they made me take a shot. But that's the only alcohol I've consumed this year. And the year prior, I don't remember consuming alcohol at all. So alcohol for the whole gout thing, for me, that's ruled out. But I do eat a decent amount of red meat. And, the sugar intake, whether or not it's high or low, it's whatever. But med school on a budget, yeah. Uric acid crystals, gout here. Exactly right. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain the pain because unless you've had some form of like arthritis or gout itself, like it's hard to explain. It's just this weird sharp pain from even slightly moving your whatever is injured, and yeah. So, like I said, because a lot of people were like trying to guess, like, what is it, right? So, I had a meeting with my rheumatologist recently. He actually gave me a direct injection of some kind of steroid in my foot. Like, he grabbed my foot. He took a needle that was probably like 2.5 inches long, shoved the entire thing in around my ankle, and gave me the steroid shot to help improve it. Which, I don't know if it's helping or not, or if I'm just like healing naturally over time. My foot each day has been getting better. But let me show you. Foot pain or poor foot health can be debilitating. It can put you out for a while. I believe it. I've been out for 2.5 weeks now. And I think most people, like if you were to look at me, you wouldn't think like, you know, he would be going through like these type of like medical issues that are this severe. But all right, so let's look at these results because these are kind of interesting. So I've had like a full. Oh no, it signed me out. No. Okay, give me a second. I gotta change screens for a bit while I pull these charts back up. I'm just trying to hide like the private information on my chart. But let me get these results back up. Okay, here we go. So they did a lot of blood work for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna dox myself. That's fine. Yeah, all my address and stuff is not here. So, okay. So if you take a look at this uric acid, which is like the top indicator I think that they use to determine if you have gout. If you are above 6 is the magical number that they say like that's when uric acid starts forming. They took my blood literally yesterday. I'm at 5.2. Now, I don't know if 2.5 weeks ago when this came on, if I had higher uric acid levels. I don't know how long it takes to like raise or lower it. So, like, I could have been higher than 6 at 2.5 weeks ago. Ever since this happened, I've basically been on a gout-free diet as best I could. I've been eating pretty much only chicken or turkey meats and sausages, eating a lot of eggs, just basically eating chicken stuff. Like, I haven't been eating... I had some red meat here and there, just because it's super hard to avoid. But, for the most part, I've been eating chicken, just drinking a lot of water, drinking anything that I'm drinking, like no high fructose corn syrup, stuff like that. So, I don't know if my uric acid levels were higher before. Here's my SED rate. So, this is high, and I didn't even know what this was. Apparently, this is like the rate at which your red blood cells like separate or sync or something like that. High. So the only thing that I got from this when I did my quick Google MD search, the normal range is 0 to 15. I'm at 75. This just indicates that there's a high amount of inflammation in my body. That's basically what this says. I don't think normally it's this high, but them taking my blood yesterday and looking at this, I'm at 75 when the normal range is 0 to 15. So this is actually, it seems really high. It's like 5 times that. Here's C-reactive protein. I don't even know what the heck this means, but normal range is 0 to 10. I'm right here in the 5. Here's like a comprehensive metabolic panel, apparently. So most of my stuff is like, in the green, in the normal range. My albumin, I don't know what this is a little low. 4.1 is the bottom range. I'm at 3.7. Oh, is there interference? Let me see. How about now? Alright, testing 1, 2. Why is it being all weird? I might switch. Okay. Bro's mic has gout, exactly. Yeah, but looking at this, and then my ALT levels, oh, you can't see that because I'm in the way. But this is ALT, normal range up to 44, I'm at 52. So, and then here's a CBC with auto differential, whatever the heck that means. So here's another full panel of blood work done. Like, I'm in the green for pretty much everything on this one. So everything's normal. His Attack on Titan levels are wild. If you guys haven't finished Attack on Titan, you should. So yeah, I mean, by this point, I've seen two. What do you call the ER doctors? Whatever you call them. I've seen two separate ER doctors. I've seen my rheumatologist twice. And we're throwing everything we can at it, right? I have a CAT scan scheduled on Friday morning, so we can get a 3D image of my foot to see what's going on because it hasn't gone away. So now let me show you my foot. All right, I'm gonna show you my foot now. So this is you guys are getting in on the ground level of the OnlyFans feet pics. Here. Attack on Titan was fun, but it was so drawn out that I need to rewatch the entire series so that I can, watch it without 1 or 2 year breaks in between. Because every time I returned to it, I had to watch summaries on YouTube just because it's such a complex and complicated show with so much things going on. It's so easy to forget. So I need to do a full watch through with like a full binge watch through essentially. But okay. So let's take a look at the foot. If this thing works. Okay. Alright, so here's my foot. Let me see. Don't mind like the marker and stuff like that. That's just they drew the outline around my foot. Now, if you look at my foot compared to how it was, it looks fine, kind of. But if you look at the skin, you can see my skin's been going through this thing where it's super wrinkly. I think because, uh-oh. Is this lagging? Why is this lagging? Why is my phone lagging? Let me try this. But yeah, my foot's going through this thing where it's essentially like because it was so swollen, now that it's de-swelled and the skin is super stretched, there's like a ton of wrinkles in it. Dude, my foot is lotioned. Wait. Okay, you think this isn't lotion? Why is this? Okay, this is lotion. Look how shiny it is. So now look at that foot compared to this foot. Now you can kind of see the difference. Now my right foot is the one that needs lotioning. I haven't been lotioning my right foot. But if you look at the two, you can kind of see how the left one doesn't look as natural. Like, you can't see any bone in my left foot. But on the right foot, like, this is what my foot normally looks like, right? Like, you can see bone and stuff like that. It is more ashy because I haven't been moisturizing it. But if you look at the color, right, of my left foot, your feet looks like Hellfire Peninsula. What you mean it's lotion? Okay, but look at the color of it, right? It is somewhat normal. Like, it's not super red, not super purple. But I'm going to show you a magic trick real quick where I'm just going to put it down for a second. Yeah, why are my 2 feet two complete different colors? What the heck is going on with that? So we're just going to let it chill down here for a bit. Because every time I go to the restroom or something like that, I do have to put my foot down, or like when I grab the crutch and stuff like that, I do have to put my foot down. So, all right, what is that, like 30 seconds or something? All right, now take a look at the color of my foot. There's this purple spot that comes up right there. That purple spot always comes back like that, and then the rest of the foot, the longer down I leave it, the more red it gets. But yeah, so the foot went from looking pretty normal to like really quickly red and purple. That spot though is the most concerning thing for me anyways, because like look how quickly it turned to like dark whatever the heck red/purple. All the fluids rushed it. Yeah, so the thing about this is why we're doing the CAT scan, right? According to my rheumatologist, the main doctor that I see, he says this is something that can occur with gout. Like, there could be uric acid crystals at the top of my foot causing the inflammation and like the red skin and everything. Like this is stuff that can be gout related. So that's why they want to do the CAT scan and figure it out, because I want to get back to, yeah, super gout. Yeah. I hope that internal bleeding is ruled out. I mean, they've done the ultrasounds. They didn't see anything. They ultrasounded, you know, the main veins and arteries or whatever going into my foot. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it looks like something gout related. Get carbs and sugars out of your life. Well, so doing my Google MD research, there are also non-dietary related things that could cause gout. Hydration is one of them, right? If you're dehydrated for prolonged periods of time, that could cause gout. Sleep. If you don't get enough sleep for long periods of time, which I'm actually pretty bad with, there are, like, I used to average probably 5 hours of sleep a night for the longest time. Since this gout incident, though, I've been getting way more than enough sleep. Like, I've been sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night, which is a huge change. So maybe that caused my uric acid levels to decrease. And also stress. Stress can affect your uric acid levels and can trigger gout as well. So, I mean, there's the diet aspect of it, which I've been trying to, you know, clean up and do as good as I can. And then there's also the other aspects of just like keeping yourself healthy, getting enough sleep, being stress-free, drinking, you know, a ton of water. So it's hard to say what the main cause is, but have I tried? Hey, what's up? We got Brett in the house. Have I tried CBD? I have not yet. No. Like, are we talking about? See, I don't know anything about CBD in terms of the medical forms of it, but can you smoke it / take it in other forms of edibles, and would that have medical benefits, or does it have to be in the form of, I don't know what CBD's main way of, like, you know, transmission to the body is. CBD lotion? Okay. No, yeah, I haven't tried any of that yet. I wouldn't be against it, but I think right now, like, with the amount of medical professionals I have seen and my doctor thinking it is gout and having a plan forward, I'm just sticking to, you know, the plan until, like, we don't come up with solutions after doing, like, the CAT scan, after, you know, all this. So you can get patches that transmit through the skin, reduces inflammation. Interesting. Is that does it have to be prescribed, or do they have that over the counter too? Brett, no medical. No, if anything, Brett understands as a content creator who has shared medical stuff with his viewers. Like, in terms of unsolicited advice, first of all, I'm open to what everyone has to say, but I think he, of anybody, because he has expressed his frustrations in videos when people try to give unsolicited advice that he's either tried before or is just, like, way out in the realm of, you know, crazy land. So I think Brett understands. So I think when he's giving advice, he definitely has considered those things. And I definitely appreciate Brett chiming in here. Yeah. Danny's gonna make his foot smoke a fat joint. Yeah. No, but has the case came in yet, or did you never order it? Oh, the case! They hasn't come in yet. They said July 20th. So when did I order that? That was like 3 weeks ago on stream, right? Yeah, so I ordered it on the 20th or the 19th. I ordered it the 19th of June when we had that last stream. It's supposed to arrive the 20th of this month. So that's like exactly 1 month. All the other parts have come, though. I haven't been able to unbox them because, like, the YouTube channel is not my focus in, you know, the time of my medical crap. So I still need to unbox everything, but yeah, the case is what's holding us up for starting the build. So yeah, gout is not life-threatening or permanent. You'll be fine. Yeah, I should be fine. It's not, even though it's, Wait, is it not life-threatening? I could have sworn I read something that said it could have been. Let me see. Let's see what Google MD has to say about that. Can gout be life-threatening? Gout will not directly cause death, but it may lead to life-threatening complications without proper treatment. What? That's the most hand-wavy answer I've ever heard. According to Arthritis Foundation, gout can increase the risk of cardiovascular problems, including heart failure, heart attack, and stroke. So, it won't directly kill you, but it could cause other health complications, I guess. Stop being a baby, just don't have gout. I wish. If I could just flip a switch and turn off the gout or whatever the heck this is, I would. Yeah. Of course, Google MD saying you're gonna die. I know, right? Not having things would indeed be nice. Not having medical issues would definitely be nice. All right, so yeah, that's the update on the whole health thing. So, TLDR, I still can't walk yet. I can't put any weight on my left foot. I am able to walk with the help of my crutch, so I'm gonna try to start, you know, like going out more and doing things, enjoying the weather. Washington weather has been amazing these last few weeks, and I've just been stuck inside. And then I'm gonna, you know, get caught up with everything I need to do on the channel. I have like 4 or 5 videos like planned. Some that I owe companies that I need to get out ASAP that are halfway worked through. But then like I have a backlog of stuff that is already planned. So there's no shortage of content to be done. It's just I need to be able to actually physically be in my studio to do that. And today's the first day I'm down here, pretty much. Like I haven't touched my personal rig. I haven't done anything down in my studio until today for the last 2.5 weeks. So I'm excited to get back into things, making the videos again, but it's just, you know, it's playing catch up now. Yeah, basically I had to send out the email of, hey guys, like this is what's going on. I can't work on anything. Hopefully that's okay. All the companies have gotten back to me and they're super cool about it. Like, they're like, your health comes first, don't worry about it. So, that was good. A lot of tech deals going on right now, pre-Amazon Day. Oh, yeah, Amazon Prime Days, or Prime Days? Are they doing 2 days this time? Remember Prime Week, Prime Days? But I think it's the 16th through 17th. I've been seeing it on my phone. So, that is actually next week. Tuesday and Wednesday, so we'll be streaming on that Wednesday, the second day of the Prime Day deals. So we'll see if we can find any deals next week. Is Fantastic going on right now? Jeez, I literally have been out of like the whole like basically my mind has not been on the channel or PC parts or YouTube for the most part. These last 2.5 weeks. So Fantastic deals. Let me see. Starts Monday, July. Wait, what? Fantastic sale starts Monday, July 15th. Oh, Fantastic is going. Wait, you said it was going on now, but then you said you're an idiot and can't type numbers. Prime Days is July. Okay, let me see. Brett, you confusing me, man. The deal, yeah. No, I mean, that's right. I see. Oh, it says it's a Fantastic pre-sale. I mean, we all know that these sales are never super exciting, anyways. Like the pre-sale is probably gonna have similar prices to the actual Fantastic sale, which isn't even gonna be all that great on the major components, anyways. You'll find deals on monitors. You'll find deals on keyboards, mice, maybe game controllers and stuff like that. But when you're talking about like CPUs, graphics cards, motherboards, you'll probably find some decent sales like 10, 20, 30 bucks off maybe on like these. But the major components, I've never seen really big price drops. And then let me see. If you just go over to Amazon, I know on the phone app they have like an unboxing with ribbons and stuff, showing the 2 days of epic deals. But they don't put the actual days on here, which is gonna be the 16th and 17th. But yeah, Intel LGA 1700 chips, good sale on Amazon. Like what? Like the 12 series stuff. 1700 CPU. Let's see if we can find any of that. 12700K for 231. I thought they were already floating around the 250 price point, so I guess it could be a little bit of a sale. Actually, where is my vetted toolbar? Where's the vetted? Come on, vetted, help me out here. What are we looking at? Price history. Let's look at the 1 month price history. I mean, we've seen apparently the 12700K down to 201. I don't know if that's right. That seems a bit off. But we have seen it at... let me check Camel. And there's a coupon. Apply a 4167 coupon. I'm not going to sign in, so I don't. So that's 190, what? 190 something? So under 200 bucks for a 12700K. Okay, that's actually a pretty good price. $12,471 on AliExpress is a really good price. How much is it here on Amazon? We've got 12400F here for 105. Honestly, that actually doesn't seem that bad. I mean, we were able to get used i3 12100s for around 70 to 80 bucks, like on eBay. Buying a brand new 12400F for 105, is actually a pretty sweet price. Micro Center has opened a new store in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they have some pretty good prices. Yeah, I was seeing that. Which content creators? I think Jay went out there, right? Jay and Toasty Bros, I think, actually went out to the North Carolina one. They made a Micro Center video recently. I don't remember where it exactly was, but I'm pretty sure it was at the new store. And I'm sure there's a handful of other creators. Austin Evans probably. I feel like they always bring him out. Kyle maybe. But I haven't completely got caught up on everything on the tech space, so yeah. Coalition Gaming Chris, I just sold an i7 9700 on eBay for 120. Intel Fanatics keeping 9th gen CPU prices high is insane to me. 9700 for 120 bucks when you can essentially, and that's used. And when you can essentially get this, obviously, if you already have the motherboard for a 9th or 8th gen, then, you know, that's all you can get. But $120, the 9700, yeah, okay. I always forget the hyper-threading and core counts. That was before they went hyper-threading. You're talking about 8 core, 8 threads. That's why I try to never buy or never use anything that's older than 10th gen. 10th gen was when Intel stepped it up and threw in the hyper threading into basically their whole i3, i5, i7 lineup. 9th and 8th gen, when you hear it, they sound not super old. Even though what date did this come out on? 2019, yeah. So it's not super old. 5 years, whatever. But the fact that they didn't have hyperthreading on these chips. We're talking about i7 here. I don't know. That's just, to me, I mean, I personally own the 8700K, but that was because I got it for super cheap. Otherwise, I wouldn't have recommended it. Did you get the Jawa 6700 XT working? I did. So there's something wrong with my monitor. It's a Dell something monitor. It's a 4K monitor, which is why I use it, because when I test, I can go up and down the entire resolution range. But yeah, it's something wrong with the monitor. As soon as I plugged in a different one, even without changing the drivers, the 6700 XT from Jawa worked perfectly. So this Dell monitor with AMD cards specifically, when you do a driver update or an auto driver update, it doesn't like it. So I need to replace this thing because I've run into that problem like 2 or 3 times now. And I mean, this is just a cheap thing I bought off Craigslist from someone who was like, you know, liquidating their office or something. It was like $50 for a 4K monitor. That's why I bought it. But I definitely need to replace it with something better for testing. Oh, Greg went out to that Micro Center as well. Dang, I need to get in on the Micro Center stuff. I haven't collabed with them for like over a year now. You immediately got 3 offers for $100 and basically sold for $120 listed price within 12 hours. Crazy to me. Yeah, I think that's crazy too. Cool wood front case on Newegg for $50. Let's take a look at that. What do we got here? Cool wood case. Wood front case. Is it part of the fantastic deals? Components and storage. Cases, computer cases. Let's see if I can find it before. Oh, this $20 rebate. I saw this one actually. Where did I see this? On Build the PC sales or something? But so this is Magnum Gear Neo. They, for the most part, make pretty cool looking cases. I usually like all the cases they make. Let me take a look at this thing. 4 fans included, and if you're going with the wood aesthetic, I mean, you could go RGB. I've seen some good, like, you know, orange / yellow lighting inside to give like that warm fire feel with the wood. But I mean, black also looks really good. So you got, I'm guessing, your 3 front, 1 rear included. Yep, there it is. I mean, so 69, nice, 99, and then $20 rebate. Let's take a look at the rebate form. Let's see. So what do you gotta do? Purchase the product, completely fill out the form, enclose a copy of the sales invoice. Okay, that's fine. This is the part I hate the most. I don't know why. Cutting out the UPC code, which, if you guys have ever done this for a case before, you'll know that there's sometimes like 3 different barcodes on, because some of the barcodes are used for scanning and shipping. And I think it's usually the one that's actually printed onto the cardboard itself, not a sticker. That's usually what the UPC code is. But yeah, you gotta cut this thing out and then submit it and then hope that they don't lose it, because unless you made a copy of the cutout, it's just a pain in the butt. But if I were to buy this thing, which $70 in itself, honestly, is not a bad price, right? $70 for a modern looking wood front, fans included, tempered glass. Looks like a pretty well-built case. You know, it doesn't look like... Yeah, it's got, like, cable management, what's it called, Velcro straps, decent amount of room to build in. $70 base price isn't bad, so the rebate's just like a cherry on top if you want to go through the hassle to get your $20 back. In what? Probably the form of... What are they going to give it in? I wonder if they just send you, like, a $20 prepaid gift card. Or if they give you a digital gift card. I actually like the look of it more than the Fractal one. Yeah, the Fractal one, it's got like thick vertical paneling. This one, yeah, you're right. I do like the fact that, you know, you've actually got kind of like diagonal lines incorporated into it. Yeah, this thing does look pretty cool. Magnum Gear is Fantech's cheap brand, so they can steal Fractal's vibe without being called out for it. Yo, Brett with the inside T. I think I remember hearing something about that being like a related brand to Fantech's, but that's pretty funny. But hey, regarding the whole like wood paneled PC case vibe thing, I mean, we saw it at Computex and CES this year, right? That, like, every case manufacturer is going after that vibe now. So, I mean, Fractal being able to claim that they were the first ones to do it, sure, but I don't know. for me, it's kind of like the whole LCD screen thing. At first, it was only who did the LCD screens on the AIO first? Was it NZXT? From what I remember, I think it was NZXT, but you guys can correct my memory if it's wrong. If it was like, I don't think it was Corsair. I felt like it was a little bit longer until Corsair came and did that. But like NZXT was I felt like the first ones to do it, and now a lot of other AIO manufacturers are starting to incorporate that, right? And I am always down for other companies, not straight up ripping, but being inspired, influenced by, or like, you know, just wanting to also enter the space with a similar category of product. Because then you start seeing stuff like this. Like, how low of a price did the Fractal North case Newegg? Like, how much does this thing go for? Because it's usually above $100, right? Yeah. Ooh, see, the thing I don't like about the North, the wood paneling is whatever. This large, like, just solid panel on the side of the tempered glass here. I mean, you've got your basement here, but you've got this large panel on the side. I think, to me, that detracts away from the look a bit. You do have here, this does have a pretty, like, thick section of the front panel. I'm sure this entire thing can get pulled off. You can just see by the lines in the image. But it's not nearly as big as, like, this right here. And then you do have your power supply basement down here. But yeah, I mean, I would agree with Jason. Overall, looking between the two, I like the look of this one better. So if they're coming in with something that is still functionally pretty good, I haven't built in this, so I can't fully speak on it. But aesthetically, you know, subjectively looks better. And you're talking about 30 to 40 bucks less, even more with the $20 rebate. I'm all for it. Like, maybe that'll drive Fractal to like do a permanent price reduction for the Fractal North, or maybe not, you know. I feel like Fractal is just one of those companies that they're definitely more on the premium side of things. They're definitely not like bottom of the barrel or like budgety. So they have that name and brand recognition that people just can confidently say, you know what, like, grab a Fractal case. It's, for the most part, going to be good. So, you know, they would be willing to pay a little bit more for it. Metallic Gear logo looks familiar. I wonder what content creator kind of has something that looks like this logo down here. It couldn't be Coalition Gaming. R-Flet says, I use a Gaia Top USB desktop 5.5-inch portable fan for $10 on Amazon. And it is the best thing I bought this year because AC is unallowed. What does that mean? AC is unallowed. Like, do you live in like an apartment complex or like a dorm or something where they don't let you put window AC units? Which, I mean, I can see why. They don't want it to like fall out and crush somebody underneath walking below. But that's an interesting way to put it. Looks like cases are in a deflationary price slide too. Okay, Mike Brazone with the kind of like price analytics and the economy of things of PC hardware. What's up with SSD drives sucking so much right now? If you want to buy a 2 terabyte NVMe drive, typical pricing, like, look, this is a Crucial P3 Plus 125. This is for 2 terabytes, but remember last summer or like a year and a half ago when we were seeing 2 terabyte drives for about 80-ish bucks, 80, maybe 90 bucks? Look at these prices. Okay, so these are the Samsung drives. A Western Digital 160 for the 2 terabyte black. It's up to 100 bucks for the MP33, which is like one of the more super budgety ones. Here's a Western Digital blue one, 2 terabytes. SN580 for 120. So SSD prices, and not only that, but RAM prices are sucking too. Like, if you want to look at a typical kit of 32 gigabyte 6000 CL30 RAM, I mean, even when you're looking at like non-RGB Corsair Vengeance stuff, which is usually pretty affordable, I could have sworn we were seeing these kits, 32 gig, 6,000 megahertz kits, like for around 70 to 80 bucks a year or a year and a half ago. Here's Team Group Delta, which is usually pretty cheap. This one's actually not that bad, 97 bucks. But yeah, just RAM and SSD prices kind of have me sad right now. But in the grand scheme of things, like, given how cheap, you know, graphics cards are kind of, and CPU prices are, like, as we just saw, really good. Like, it's kind of like a balance thing. You will never have every component of the PC, like, to buying brand new, be cheap. There will always be price fluctuations or something going on in the world causing one thing to go up while other things are down. Like, we've seen it with the power supplies. We saw it with the CPU, or not CPUs, but the GPUs. We've seen it when the embargoes hit the case prices, right? Cases, for the most part, we don't see $30 cases anymore. There's like a bare minimum you have to pay now for cases. And then right now, what I've noticed when I've tried to piece together a system is that I am very annoyed at SSD and memory prices. Jason says, I wish I would have bought a 4090 on release. If you could have bought one, man. Trying to get one for, what was it, $16.99? What was the MSRP for the 4090? I forget. Is it $1,600 or $1,700? Whatever it was. If you could even get it at that point. But, I mean, the pandemic rolled around super quickly after that. And then, or not the pandemic, but like, what was the major thing that affected the prices? What is it? When they banned it, was it only China that banned it, or is it other countries that banned it too? But yeah, that threw the market out of whack. How much are they going for nowadays? Have they even taken a price drop? 4090s, you can buy them right now, sorting by lowest price. You can buy, dude. What's crazy though is that 3080s. Look at this. You could buy it for 400 or best offer right now, just straight up ready to go. And this is the MSI Supreme model. Okay, so it's not like their bottom of the barrel offering, but 3080 is very capable, powerful card. And you could try to offer like 350 or something for it. But if we're looking for why, I clearly type RTX 4090. And eBay is showing me 3080s. I love you, eBay. Never change. There's 3090s. Rip Deep Cool's US branch. Hope they find jobs. The whole Deep Cool thing, like, are we sure that Deep Cool is done in the US? Is Deep Cool like completely done, or is this just a temporary thing and they might be back in a year or two? Does anyone know? I have not been following Deep Cool, like their whole situation, super closely. Yeah, I guess if you want to buy a 4090 though, the cheapest, wow, we go from all these 3080s and 3080 Ti's and stuff, and boom, you go from 700 to 1950 or best offer for the 4090 Supreme Liquid. Huh. And that's a sponsored post, but then the Strix is 1950. Sheesh. Does my local area have any RTX 4090s for sale? We've got 4090 gaming systems, apparently. Maybe. Is this? Yep. i9 4090. Here's one for 1580. This could be a... Oh, no. Could be legit. The pictures look kind of legit. With the serial number. 12 days ago posted. Like new, original box. Used in water cooled system. Improved thermal pads and paste. Warranty expired. No shipping, no trades. Lining up to use the best GPU in the world for basically free for 2 years. Yeah, but that's only you, like, hindsight's 2020, right? at the time, you didn't know what the heck was gonna go on that would cause it to keep its insane value so high. So most tech depreciates over like the lifespan of the product, to the point where it's like by the time the next generation rolls around, you might be looking at half price. So how could you have predicted that? FOMO, bro. Dude, do you need a 4090? Would your life have been that much better having a 4090 for the last 2 years? The games that you play, the way that you used your graphics card, do you think your life would have been that much more improved and your happiness level been that much higher? Yes. Brett, 4090 is so good, no regrets. Wait, Brett. What is your... I like to ask this question to people because as a tech content creator, right? Most people have multiple systems, but in your own, what you would consider your own personal PC, that's not what you use for the UFD Tech channel, but what you use personally to play games on your free time, stuff like that. Not a portable one, like for when you have to be on the road for like medical stuff, but like the one that sits at your home, like your PC. What are you running, like CPU and GPU wise, in that one? Are you running the 4090? Jason can't answer that. He convinces people the Steam Deck is good. That is true. Jason is a huge proponent of the Steam Deck. I've been drinking out of this since my whole medical issue thing because initially when I was laying down and stuff, it would, like the movement it would take for me to sit up and my foot moving would be so painful that I needed like a big cup with a straw. But Stanley, these things, this is the thing that's like the viral online thing where like people are going crazy, they're all sold out, people paying stupid amounts of money and stuff for it, right? Like your typical basic mom or whatever would like be using these cups, right? And I find it funny that I'm using it and it's been very helpful for me because specifically of the long straw. But yeah, I've been using this for the last 2.5 weeks. I don't know if I would recommend people to buy it, but my wife had one, so I've just been using it. What's Brett using? My upstairs PC is a 14900K plus 4090. My downstairs PC is a 13900K plus 4090. My work PC is an M2 Pro MacBook Pro. My goodness. It's not even his work PCs with the 4090s. His 2 personal PCs have 4090s. I think the most powerful graphics card I have in-house right now is the 4070 Ti. It's the 4070 Ti followed by the 4070 Super and then 4070. This is all stuff that's sent to me, by the way. The most powerful graphics card I have bought recently is the 7800 XT. That one, the Spectral Hellhound one that I overpaid for because it was like all white. But yeah, the most powerful card, I mean, when I help people build stuff, like I've had a 4080 down here and I've played with it and stuff, but like I don't personally have a 4080. Yeah, I top out at a 4070 Ti. That is my most powerful graphics card. Somebody convinced Nvidia to send me a card, lol. I mean, keep making content and then one day you might, even if it's not Nvidia, all you have to do is get in the eyes of like any of the AIBs or of like Micro Center or stuff like that. So just keep at it. And when Nvidia first sent me the email to send me an RTX 2060, that was the first direct email I've ever received from any of the major 3 companies. It was Nvidia 2019, beginning of 2019. Or was it 2018? Whenever the 2060 came out. It was an email directly from them to see if I wanted to review it before it came out. And that was like probably one of the biggest milestones for the channel. But then I've never been reached out by AMD Okay, no, I lied. AMD doesn't reach out to people directly. They go through a middleman, like a company that like they go through a company that reaches out to content creators, called Edelman. I think that's what they still use. I haven't worked with AMD for a long time, but then AMD came after, and then Intel with their ARC cards was the last of the big three companies that like I've directly worked with. So yeah, but I mean, getting sent stuff is cool, but it's also work. Like sometimes the amount of work in terms of hours and like an hourly wage that you put into it easily outweighs how much the item they sent you is. So NVIDIA ghosts me all the time. They asked to meet up at CES. We said yes, let's schedule. They didn't respond to our email until after they left. Oof. How do you even like recover from that? Saying, oh, sorry, we were too busy, I'm guessing. But yeah, they're too busy printing money. Law, I thought I saw you at CES, Brett. What's funny is NVIDIA, so at LTX last year, NVIDIA was trying to have meetings with like the content creators. So they set up a meeting for me and time, and I'm bad with names. Like I can't remember people's names, but the individual from NVIDIA I was supposed to meet up with at LTX, he like we had a time to meet up, and it ended up that I talked to him prior to our meetup. It was like me, Mark, and Ozzy. Like we stood around and we talked to him for like a good 15-20 minutes. So then I figured that was good enough for like the meet and greet and talking and stuff. So then I kind of completely forgot about the actual meetup time that I had with him. So I hope they don't think that I ghosted them and am now mad at me. I don't think they are. They sent me a 4070 Super, so but yeah, I kind of still feel bad though, just because like, even though NVIDIA is out there ghosting people left and right, that does not mean that I should do the same thing and ghost them. You know what I mean? But I still kind of feel bad about that. But I mean, that's in the past now. That was like a year ago. So, does NVIDIA still care about gamers though? Seems like they're all in on AI. I mean, we'll see, right? Like, it's kind of disappointing that we never got a graphics card until after releases, but we never got a true, like, around $200 to $250 price range graphics card. Let's take a look at what on Amazon, like, let's take a look at what the RX 7600, which that was supposed to have an MSRP. So this one you can find for $250. You can buy it used for $209, but it's not the same thing, right? It's like we're like a year after release now, and they only reduced the price. I don't remember even why they reduced the price. Was it because all the reviews came out, or is it because last minute they had cold feet and was like, okay, yeah, there's no way we can sell this thing for $300. We need to like drop the price to $270 like pretty quickly. Whatever the reason is, like, whatever happened to the $200 to $250 on release day MSRP cards? When was the last? Was it what was the 3050's MSRP? RTX 3050. And I mean, I don't know if we necessarily need these things. It would just be nice to see the most current gen of cards have cards in this price range, or have, yeah. So 250. Yeah, the 3050 was like the last card. You can count like the ARC what is it, 580 and stuff like that technically, but I guess I should specify, I wish Team Red and Team Green would actually come out with something around like closer to the $200 price point. Now you could say that it's not really necessary, because wherever they come out with, is it really gonna be better than the RX 6600, which you can find for $200 right now, right? Like, do they need to release something that's basically going to be a refresh or equivalent to this? And I mean, it would be nice to see, just because you're going to have, you know, more current architecture, the next generation of ray tracing, etc. Team Green or Team Red with ray tracing, I guess we don't really care about. even in 7000 series. But like for NVIDIA, right? To have a 40, like a true 4050, with that can do the latest gen, you know, DLSS and all that without having any of those like limitations on it. But I don't know, man. You're right. Maybe they don't care about, or they care about gamers, but not like the budget segment of it. Casey Wall says, no, my nephew is upset his 5700 XT quit on him a month after building a PC. Horrid luck. I forgot, where did you find this 5700 XT? Was it from eBay or like from a local pickup or something? But dang. I mean, this is where people who are like, you shouldn't buy cards that have in mind on. I mean, if you're talking about peak mining, 5700 XT, that was like the most popular card, right? Like bang for buck, VRAM, 5700 XT. I remember that and the 5700 were like up there in like the most expensive cards during the mining boom. I don't know if the card that you got was like mistreated or was just used too much, but that is bad luck. Like you hear all the time, like the 5700 XT for a while, the content creators, especially budget used PC content creators, have been pointing at it for like one of the best bang for buck value. You know, you spend anywhere from 120 to 140 bucks, you get a very, very capable card. And then so you bought one, put it in your nephew's system, and it died. That sucks. A month after you've had it, which is really, really bad luck, right? Because it ran for a month fine with no issues. Apparently, I'm guessing, like no artifacting, no signs of like instabilities, shutting down, crashing, etc. So to have it work perfectly fine for a month and then die, that is the definition of bad luck. Ghost them for me, please, Danny. Well, I mean, it already happened, so I already ghosted them. Budget cards are dead. APUs are a new meta, which I am kind of excited for. As APUs get more and more powerful, I don't know. I'm excited about how far you could take the lower end like hardware, which APUs are an interesting thing, right? Because when you think of integrated graphics from a traditional sense, from like Intel CPUs, integrated graphics just completely suck. They like suck bad. But then you look at what AMD has done with their APUs, and you get graphics cards that could run things actually at 1080p, maybe low settings, but it could actually run things somewhat modern games. So, I like, for me, APUs might not make sense like the, you know, the Ryzen 7 ones, but like you get some of those Ryzen 5 APUs where the pricing isn't too crazy to like hold you over until you can get a graphics cards. I'm excited for how good they can make like the mid-range APUs. Just because usually like the APU performance between like the Ryzen 5 versus Ryzen 7 ones, it wasn't that dramatic of a difference. But you do save a lot more money usually going with the Ryzen 5, so yeah. I'm always down to do like an APU graphics cardless build just to see how much you can, you know, get out of spending as little as possible, right? Like with most APU builds, you should be able to easily fit it under, I think, like around 400 bucks, because you're missing that graphics card component that could usually add 200 to 300 bucks to it. So yeah, I'm excited for just the next gen of APUs to come out. The 4060 being as popular as it is what happened. Yeah, I mean, those are, let's see, I think those are still pretty, I mean, we looked at this like 3 weeks ago, right? Holding pretty strong at around 300 bucks. Yeah, everything on here is like 300 bucks. But, here's a hot take. I think the RTX 4060 gets more hate than it deserves. Like, I understand it's not a good value card particularly, but the way that people talk about it, they talk about it like it is complete, like, trash tier. Like, because of the features that you can use with the fact that the RTX 4060 is like a 4000 series card, and it's NVIDIA. Like, I feel like where it lacks in performance, it could be made up so that it is at least considered a mediocre card with all the added features. But people just straight up talking like they use like wasted sand terminology when they talk about the 4060. And I don't know. I mean, people, they're just like parroting, Gamers Nexus, Hardware Unboxed, and they're just like being way too extreme about it. Like the 4060, anytime you see someone use a 4060 and they post it to Reddit, they get like torn to shreds, which I don't think should be happening. Like the 4060 is not that bad. I wouldn't even say it's bad. It's just like not great value. But you gotta like look at the tiers. I've talked about this before. There's like best value, good value, or great value, good value, mediocre value, not as great value. Like people going from the best value straight to garbage, chuck it in the garbage, doesn't make sense to me, man. Jason says, no point in making cheaper cards when people will buy expensive crap. That's true. Or they'll buy used. So, I mean, yeah, profit margins probably aren't the best at the lower end, but, yeah. Dinner time. Yeah, all right. See you later, Chris. Ray tracing isn't that bad on the 7600 as long as it's not an NVIDIA RTX like specific title, like NVIDIA sponsored essentially. Yeah, but I don't like. I wouldn't be turning on ray tracing anyways for a 7600 level card. Like, I don't expect it to perform well in ray tracing, but if you're turning on ray tracing, you have to use FSR, and yeah, and you have to kind of just give up the frame rates, but. RX 6600 for 150 brand new. Good price? Yeah, I'd say that's a really good price. They're going for... Actually, I don't know what the used market is looking like for these nowadays. I feel like they might be still in like the 160, 170 range. But brand new for 150, I would say that is good. So you buy it now. So this is the 5700 XT, which we were just talking about. 150 after shipping. So they are going for 155. This is for a Swift. No. Why are you showing me 5700 XTs? I'm looking for 6600s. So 6600s are going for about 160 used. So, and I think that's a pretty good value. Like, yeah, like for 160 bucks, the performance that this card can get you. I mean, unless you're going 5700 XT or something, you're not going to get anything comparable. So the fact that you can get a new one for 150, I would say go for it. Yeah. Johnny Stash, show feet, baby. I already showed feet at the beginning of the stream. What more do you want me to show? I already showed the feet. You got to go back to the beginning if you want to see it. But yeah, my foot has turned back to the normal color now. Because I've been keeping it. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something else about my feet that I forgot to. I gotta sit down for this one. Give me a second. So just to give you, like, the color of my foot has been normal, but what we're getting the CAT scan for in the first place, is this working? Let me turn on the. Why is it not picking up? Oh, it's because I didn't go to Droid Cam. Okay, let me see. Alright, so there you guys. Let me show this. So, if you look at my foot side by side, which I haven't really shown yet. So this big bump right here is the problem that they're going to scan. Like, if you look at my normal foot on the right side, like, looking at this, it might look kind of normal, right? But when you look at it side by side, the left and the right one, you can see a big difference, like, as to the shape of my foot. And don't Don't make fun of me for my cracked heels, okay? I know I got dry, ashy, Larry feet. But yeah, just looking at it side by side, you can really see the kind of like the swollenness and the inflammation difference. Even though the swelling has gone down quite a bit, this bump right here is the main issue, the main driver of all the pain, and why we're going in for the CAT scan on Friday. But yeah, so there you go. I showed my feet again. You happy, Johnny Stash? You got what you wanted. Grouchy Grouch. Good to see you back and talking PCs. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. What even happened? It's gout. It is gout. Most likely. We don't know yet, but we'll see. It's most likely gout. Okay, let me get caught up in... AMD has seemed to drop all support for mini ITX form GPUs. NVIDIA is the only option for a lot of people trying to buy to build 5 liters or smaller PCs. I actually haven't even noticed that. Maybe it's... Well, so I don't... Like, when I do ITX builds, they're typically not, like, the super ultra compact, like, ones. Like, all the ITX builds that I do are like the tower style ones that can still fit full-size graphics cards. But I guess I haven't even been looking at the market for like the shorter or low-profile cards. I didn't even know that. That kind of sucks though. Yeah, for the people trying to build the really small systems if you only have NVIDIA. Dan, you are too young to have gout, bro. I know, right? I think gout usually sets in around people in their 40s, but I mean, I was also too young to have lupus. Sniffs feet, you guys. The heck with your feet. Show us some leg. Dude, so essentially what I've been doing, because I can only use one leg. Oh, actually I have the video. Let me see if I can show you guys this real quick. I have a... Just to show you guys what life has been like with potentially gout. Especially the first week of it too. I sent this to one of my friends because he was asking how it was. But so here's me on the couch. This was, when was this taken? So this was June 27th. But this is just one of the random times because we have cameras all throughout the house. But so my foot, I mostly kept it elevated. I had my like laptop there. But anytime I had to get up, I had to keep my foot as elevated as possible. Otherwise it would be like super painful. Like again, 11 out of 10 pain. So, at one point, so I'm trying to keep it as elevated as possible without having to like flip, because as soon as I dropped my foot or rotated it a certain way, it would hurt. So initially, I literally went to the bathroom like this, like trying not to move my foot from like that position as possible. So this is me scooting on my back to go to the bathroom. My foot's, you know, way better now, as you guys saw. I can actually move around and stuff. But that's how bad it was. But yeah, that's the gout life, man. I heard nerd injured his foot by having massive amounts of sex. It wasn't that. Definitely not that. Ooh, Mike Brazone. shirt sizes. Wait, what kind of shirts do you have? I'm always down. My information is down in the description. My PO box. You would have to work it out with Jason if you want to get his info. But I'm always down for free shirts. Like, look at it. This I'm wearing a free hoodie right now. This is from SK Hynix that they sent over. But yeah, I don't mind the free promotion as long as it's something that I can wear and is comfortable. But yeah, Mike, if you want to send a shirt, I'm a size medium. My PO box information is down below. I would happily wear whatever shirt you send. Okay, so I did end up using the office chair because I'll tell you why. Let me upload it first. I think I have a video of me using the office chair after the fact. But what the heck? Oh. But essentially, to use the office chair, I would have had to like get into a certain position where my foot would rotate and my toes pointed down, and that was very painful for a really long time. Eventually, I used the chair as a scooter though. I don't know if I can quickly pull up a video of it, but I did end up doing that. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay, I have one. 25 seconds, I could do that. So, this will be a quick upload. And I just need to private the video, unlisted, okay. Yeah, office chair for the win indeed. So, for the last week, I've been using the office chair to roll myself to the bathroom and stuff like that. It's been very useful. That $20 chair, or however cheap I got it for, has been very useful. Okay, let's see if YouTube's gonna have to check this for a second, but okay, here we go. So here's me after I'm able to now rotate my foot. But basically, I would jump from the couch to the office chair, use the bathroom, and then come back on this thing. All in the name of not being able to put my foot on the ground due to the pain and having to keep it up. And look, Jason, I'm wearing the Buc-ee's shirt. Gaming chairs are a scam. I agree with... Nah. Actually, I don't know. Okay, we haven't done a poll yet. We gotta do a poll. Anybody out there have a gaming chair? Okay, let's start this poll. So, what kind of computer chair do you use? Do you use, like, you know, a typical office ergonomic chair, Herman Miller, the, you know, Staples, Heiken, or whatever, Dexley, or do you use a gaming racer seat? You know, they look like bucket seats in like, racer style cars. Or do you use something else? Some people just use, like, a fixed kitchen chair or dining room chair or something that doesn't have rolly wheels, doesn't have height adjustment, doesn't pivot or rotate. And that works too, you know, whatever you got. But I just don't know what the popularity of the racing style chairs is nowadays, now that people know that they kind of aren't the best. Like, I remember when DX Racer and whatever the heck else brands came out with those racer style chairs, they were very popular. Some of my friends, like my friend James has one still. Jan and Meg both have one of those styles of chairs, but like some people still like those aesthetics, but I've never owned one of those styles of chairs. I've been hit up many times over the years to see if I want one of those chairs. I kind of just want to say yes so I can have one here, but I wouldn't ever use it as my daily. Like, I love my mesh chair from Staples, but just having more seats around the house doesn't ever hurt. And if it's free, right? If they're going to send me their $300 racing chair for free, I'm never going to do a review video on it, but if they want to send it for me to unbox and assemble on stream, I would do that. But yeah. Hazard Me says, I have a gaming chair and a mesh chair like yours. The mesh one is much better. I mean, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm in my gaming chair as we speak. Mine has personal lotion dispenser, tissue holder. Oh my god, Johnny. Why are you the way you are? I will take an office chair over a gaming chair. They have better support. I have an office chair with a kneading massage pad. I game in relaxation. Nice. Steel case chair for JG Wright. No, I have an office chair. It was 25 bucks. 25 bucks, like used or brand new. Because as you saw, I got some pretty amazing, like, $10 and $0 office chairs on, like, Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. So, yeah, $25 in the used market can get you a lot of computer chair, like, good computer chair. Gaming chairs are not worth it other than for specific brands. Same with ergonomic chairs. I am poor and I use 2 folding TV trays for a computer desk and the edge of a bed for a chair. Edge of the bed! I've done that before in my life. Edge of a bed. It's been many years, but I have done that. Office chair, I can't even remember what I got. Pretty simple with no armrests. Okay. I have an office chair like a normal person. I don't need a Honda Civic seat in my office. True that, true that. I have a gaming chair I had a gaming chair for a few years. One of those $130 ones from Staples. The hydraulic lift. Yeah, so, dude, you want to take a look at what the gaming chair market is looking like these days? They are so dirt cheap. Like, gaming chair. You could get a gaming chair. Because remember, these things, when they first came out, were all the hotness. So, they were actually pretty expensive, even if you went no brand. Look at this thing. If you showed me this picture, like from far away, I wouldn't be able to tell if this was a DX Racer or not. Look at this. It's got the neck pillow. It's got the lumbar pillow. It's got the armrest. It's got the whole fake leather, you know, multicolored scheme going on. This thing looks like any other gaming chair from the expensive companies. This is from GT Player. And they're selling it for 99 bucks. Okay, delivery's 30 bucks. But 130 bucks to ship this gigantic thing to your front door. This is dirt cheap. Oh, wait. Does this even have a bottom thing that comes out? Let me see. Like, does this have like a... Oh, it's got like the leg rest section thing that pulls out too. Yeah, this thing has it all. This thing, I feel like, has more features than the base model of the DX Racer, which probably costs more. And it's 99 bucks plus 30 shipping. Now, I'm not saying to buy this thing, because I'm pretty sure this thing is kind of garbage. Like people said, the hydraulic, like the lift might fail early. I don't know, the cushion might tear, this faux leather, or whatever the heck the material is. Like, yeah, I would never recommend anyone buy something like this, but, I mean, look at that price. I can see why it's enticing to people, or especially like younger folks too, right? Who they see their like most popular favorite influencer. They see that, they have a gaming chair and they want something similar. They'll go to Amazon and buy the cheapest thing they can afford. I know people who unironically stack plastic chairs for their PC setup. Well, steel case Leap from Crandall refurbished with new pads. Steel case Carmen. Let's see what else we got. You down to do a Herman Miller review? No. First of all, I don't know the first thing about reviewing gaming chairs. Or not even gaming chairs, office chairs. Office chairs are one of those things where I feel like you can only get so far watching a review. It's not like PC hardware where there's clearly, objectively, one thing is better than the other based on the numbers. It is very much dependent on the person, your body type, your weight, your preferences, that stuff. The most popular chair out there, the most expensive advanced popular chair out there, does not fit all body types and people. So yeah, I would never do a review on one. Plus they're so expensive. I can say now, like, I will literally never buy a Herman Miller chair unless it was super discounted, refurbished, or used. But like spending $1,300 on a chair, I just couldn't ever in my life. There's no way spending $1,300 over, say, a $200 or $300 chair would get me multiplicatively that much of an improved experience. And I've used expensive chairs, like at like my day job. We had chairs. I think they were like, I forgot what brand they were, but they were like $800 ergonomic chairs. You know, engineering companies, they like want to take care of your health so that you don't take sick days and you don't have health problems. So they're gonna, like, tech companies and stuff, they give you nice chairs. So I've used very nice chairs compared to my $130 Staples Dexley, and like, I'm perfectly happy with this chair. I got Ewan chair, broken AF. Bed is the best chair. You ain't lying. Oh man, I remember when Fry's was selling gaming chairs for $400. Dude, Fry's went out of business for multiple reasons. I'm sure that their expensive gaming chairs did not help them out to like stay in business. Let's just say that. What office chair at a reasonable price would you recommend? I mean, so I recommend based on what I use, and there are caveats to it, right? I don't even know how much the Dexley goes for nowadays. Wow, is that a 120? This is the chair that I use. Now, I don't know if Martin is still in the chat, but Martin didn't get the Dexley. He got the Hyken, and his failed prematurely. I'm a lighter person, right? Like, I'm like 135 pounds, 140, 135 to 140. So mesh chair works very well for me. I know mesh chairs work for a lot of people up to a certain weight. I've seen plenty of people who have reviewed this that are like 6 foot tall and they didn't have any issues. The thing is, if you are on the heavier side, like we're talking 250, 300 plus pounds, definitely look into reviews of people using this chair. But dude, at 100, I think I spent, let me look at my receipt. I can pull this up, see how much I spent. Staples Dexley. I bought this from quill.com. So I spent on this chair a total of, so it was $129.99 plus tax. So I spent $143 on this chair. It was $130 plus 10% tax. So this is going for $120. I love this chair. I've been using it now for 5 or 6 years. And mine's basically like brand new. The mesh hasn't stretched. It hasn't deformed or anything like that. It's super comfortable. You know, it's got adjustable armrests. It's breathable. Yeah, I love this chair. So I usually recommend this to people as an affordable, comfortable option based on what I've experienced. But as always, dude, here's what you do. They have these chairs at Staples. If you go into a Staples, Staples isn't out of business, right? That was Office Max or Office Depot, I think. If you have a Staples in your hometown, they will have this chair there. Every Staples I've been to, they have had this for you to physically sit in and try out. I would do that because at 120 bucks, geez, this is crazy good value. War Totems. I've had my blue Dexley for going on 3 years now. See, there you go. There's another testimony from someone who's not me. And I'm not even being sponsored or anything by this. I'm just, you know, trying to speak from experience and help people out. Because I do understand, like, office chairs is that weird thing where you could spend 50 bucks or you could spend 1,500 bucks. I'm never going to spend more than, like, I think my limit for a chair, honestly, is probably like 300 bucks. But that's probably at one point in my life I might spend that much. I have never personally spent that much money on a chair. The most I've spent, I think, is 150 bucks when I first bought the Staples Hiken. But I think the Dexley is an improved version of that. And yeah, 120 bucks, hard to beat. There's a Staples not too far from you. Yeah, definitely go check it out. Like, a lot of things when you buy online, like, it sucks you can't try it out. But this is the one thing you could try out. And yeah, you'll thank yourself if it ends up being comfortable and you can snag it for... Dude, this is a crazy price. $119 for a chair that doesn't have lube and tissue holder? Come on. Yeah, you could build those in 3D print it and build it in yourself for really cheap. I used to have a regular office chair, but Alterac Valley caused me to break the arms off in anger, and the hydraulic thing broke, so I had to sit leaning forward. I mean, just buy a new chair. You're not still in Alterac Valley these days, are you? Smash TV Network. I got 1300. Mine was 23. Wait, are you in the US or are you in a different country, Smash? I forget. Are we talking about USD here or different currency? But yeah, $2,300 for a chair. Oof. Honestly, I know a good channel for computer chair reviews, pun intended. Yeah, honestly, I know that guy. Oh, I don't know him personally. I've seen his stuff. I've actually commented on his video. I like his stuff. It's spelled honestly, like the Asian on, right here, honestly. So this dude, I don't know if he's like Korean or Vietnamese or what, but because on this name you see it in both Korean and Vietnamese. But yeah, so this guy, he does a lot of chair reviews. Has he ever done the Dexley? I'm curious. Dexley. But yeah, you want to talk about a dude who like freaking goes all out on like reviewing chairs. Yeah, I've definitely seen this guy's stuff. It's funny. I commented on one of his videos, and if I'm remembering correctly, because this has happened multiple times, he commented back saying, "Dude, I love your channel. Thanks for stopping by," or something. So he was aware of who I was when I was going to his channel to leave a review, a comment, which is like always a fun interaction. But yeah, here I'm gonna actually link this. But if you guys, are interested, especially because he does like, he reviews he buys himself and reviews these $1,000+ chairs. It is not cheap to do. Honestly is who recommended Crandos. Nice. Okay. So yeah, it's cool that like everybody who is like doing chair research is aware of who Honestly is, because I like his stuff. He makes good stuff. War Totem says, we owned 2 Dexleys and had 1 Hiken. The Hiken broke. Dexley all the way. Maybe that's it. Because with Martin, my buddy Martin from LAN, his Hiken broke. But I feel like the Dexley, it's not the same company. The Dexley is made by a different brand than the Hiken. They're just both sold by Staples. But the Dexley has a slightly wider base. It has a different design, and I don't know, I just feel like it's a better chair. So maybe if Martin went with the Dexley, it wouldn't have broken, but yeah. Office Depot closed some locations, not all. Yeah, the one close to us, it closed and they opened up an Ace Hardware instead. Which I feel like Ace Hardware seems like one of those companies that also has like one foot out the door of being like out of business. Like, would you guys agree? Anytime I go into an Ace Hardware, there's way more employees than there are customers inside. And they make it a point to ask you if you need help with anything, which, depending on who you are, could be annoying, right? Like, if you're just in there to pick up whatever and you have employees asking you and trying to help you and stuff, like, that could be annoying. But yeah, any Ace Hardware I usually go to is usually dead in comparison to like Home Depot or Lowe's. But I still go there because it's like, it's closer to me than Home Depot or Lowe's. So when I need like the really small thing, quick things, I go to the Ace Hardware. But yeah. Honestly, rated Dexy third on that Staples video on his channel. Interesting. Okay. So is he like the hardware Canucks of chairs? What is the hardware Canucks of... What would you say hardware Canucks is of something? Because hardware Canucks makes like a wide range of content. I don't feel like they are known for only specifically one thing, like monitors or for keyboards. Or I don't even think they do keyboards. What do? They do laptops. They do a lot of cooler stuff. Mike from Hardware Canucks, right? He's the cooler guy. But yeah, Hardware Canucks has been killing it with CPU cooler reviews. Okay, so that's what I would have thought, if anything. Does anyone else in like the big tech PC tech content creator space do cooler reviews to the level that Hardware Canucks does? Because even when Gamers Nexus does it, they don't really do roundups. They do they do reviews like individually, and then they compare it to their big chart of standardized reviewing. But Hardware Canucks, I feel like they do a lot of roundups as well as individual reviews. But yeah. Poggers123, you okay now, Danny? I mean, I'm getting better by the day. I can't walk yet on both feet, but I am mobile with the help of a crutch, essentially. And I'm sleeping through, like, I'm not having pain in my foot when I'm sleeping, which is huge. Because when the first week and a half of the foot pain, I wasn't getting any more than 4 hours of continuous sleep. And that's basically when the hydrocodone, like, wore off, and then the pain set back in. But now I'm sleeping like 8 hours straight. So, I mean, just rest and, more tests to figure out what's going on. But that's the update for people who tune in late. For chairs, it's honestly such a personal thing at best. If you can find a demo units in store and sit your ass in them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I will recommend people the chairs that I have used and my experiences. And the good thing is that they have come from Staples, which you can go to and sit down yourself. But yeah, dude, trying to recommend a $1,300 chair by video. Hopefully those companies have good return policies and customer satisfaction. What am I saying? Satisfaction warrant. What's it called? Because there's nothing like buying a $1,300 chair, sitting in it for a month, realizing it was a waste of money and not being able to get your money back. I feel like, so like almost all mattress companies have like what, 90-day, 120-day sleep guarantee, whatever. Like pretty much any mattress store or any mattress brand I've seen has like a guarantee. If you are not satisfied, we will haul your mattress away and give you your money back. I don't know if that's the case with all chair manufacturers, but I think it should be the case if you're charging $1,300 for a chair. Like, that's just ridiculous. For, like, if you don't have places for people to physically try it out, especially long-term too, right? You could sit in a chair for, like, 10 minutes and think it's comfortable, but it's the long-term game, right? Sitting in it for 8 hours a day for days, weeks, months on end, that's when it matters. So, yeah. But I feel like with the Staples chair being $120, like, it's worth the risk. Like, it's cheap enough where if it ends up not being the greatest, you can either resell it or give it to someone else who could find comfort with it. So yeah. Oh, you got, yeah, I did get Norco for the pain. They started me with 5 milligram Norco and then 10 milligrams. I have a bunch upstairs, so I've stopped taking it, just because I didn't want to become like dependent on it, and then I don't think I would ever get addicted to opioids, but it is a thing that could happen. It's like a class something drug, tightly controlled. My name gets put on a list. They see how much has been prescribed to me. But yeah, I was on Norco. It was very helpful for the first week and a half, but I'm trying to like not take it anymore, and I haven't needed it. So, yo, how much do? No, I'm kidding. What does the secondhand market for class 1 or 2 drugs look like? Don't they also do restocking and delivering fees? If they do, that kind of sucks. But I understand why, because they can't. They would be taking a loss if the customer had no like consequences of just returning the chair. You know, like there has to be something where the customer also has to pay a certain amount, so that they're not just gonna willy-nilly mess around just to try it out and then return it. So I can see both sides of that argument for the restocking fee. But though as a customer, obviously I hate restocking fees, because if I order something and it sucks now that I'm out X amount of dollars, but simply for trying it out. But you know. Elusive Electron, joke of the day. What's the difference between ignorance and arrogance? I don't know, and I don't care. Nice. I like that. Yes, like someone tried a few and are selling the rest of the bottle. Exactly. Just like the secondhand market for PC parts or anything else. Uh, Danny, what CPU cooler do you have? I just installed a 280 Corsair. I have a... Jeez, I'm bad with this. Let me look in the description of the video. Do I even list the AIO in it? Corsair H150i. It's the H150i. So, yeah. So, I do have an AIO in the tower because it's a, you know, kind of compact tower. You can't just fit a full tower cooler in it. But, yeah. Return the drugs for a refund. Yeah. The restocking fee is so you don't return the product. I would agree with that. Yeah, it's kind of like a, you know what, you just suck it up and just keep the item. Usually it's not that bad though, right? In this restocking fee, usually like 10-15%. So I guess on a $1,300 chair, you would be losing over $100. But on like, I don't know, a CPU or something, it'd be more manageable and reasonable. But is Chang still a land staple joke? Man, you remember Chang? You know how old the Chang joke is? That was when we were playing Defiant. No, was it Defiant? What's that game? It's the game where you pretend you're not the killer. Deceit. Not Defiant. Deceit. Yeah, and that was back like the first time we land at Jan's house. We still joke about Chang, but just randomly, because jokes like that, you know, inside jokes never go away. We still joke about it, but not in the context of playing Deceit, because we haven't played Deceit in the longest time at lands. But yeah, a lot of the inside jokes, they're just there forever to stay. He used the antidote, come on. If only. If only there was a quick antidote. I entered a contest to win a 7900 XTX and 7800 XTD. I have a really, really good chance to win. Any idea if those vapor chambers are still causing issues? Hold up. The types of contests or competitions that give prizes like a 7900 XTX and 7800 X3D, I feel like those are usually the type of contests where you don't have a good chance to win. Either because it's a complete random drawing and literally thousands, if not tens or hundreds of thousands of people enter, which means your chances are like 0.001. But I'm just curious if you could give the details. What kind of competition you entered? Was it like a skill-based competition, like an art competition, or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you have to submit something where you actually have a better chance than a lot of people because you are skilled? Like, I'm very curious to hear. Not that I doubt you. It's just those, you don't hear about those competitions much. Usually, most of the competitions are random drawings. It's a Starfield ship building contest through Bethesda. Okay, I can see that. You have a good chance to win, huh? Here's what I'll say. I think Vapor Chamber, if you win that PC, the last thing I would be worried about is if the 7900 XTX has Vapor Chamber issues. Because even if it does, you have an amazing rest of the system. But here's what I think. They're gonna build these PCs, and if they're not completely incompetent, they will at least test it to some degree. So if there are Vapor Chamber issues causing it to basically, you know, reach upper 90s, 100 degrees throttle, they would catch it. And hopefully they wouldn't just let that slip and go into the contest PC. So, I mean, either way, it's a win-win situation, right? Even if you win a system with a busted graphics card, the rest of the value of that system is so high that replacing the graphics card, I would feel like it's a relatively small thing. You don't even have to get that big grade of graphics card. You can buy a cheaper one to put in there. But I would think they would go through the due diligence of at least testing the system before giving it to the winner. But who knows? All right, guys. Kevin Ngo has been off the radar for a bit, but we got him in the house. Kevin, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. He says, hey, yo, everyone. Just hopping in to say hi and survived the hurricane in H-Town, a.k.a. Houston. Everything is okay, but no power, but at sister's place with power, AC, and internet. Hope the infection is mostly cleared up, Danny. Thanks, Kevin. Hope you are doing well. Jason, you still in the house? Did it hit you too, Jason? Because you're not like in Houston. You're like in a subset of Houston, right? But like, was some parts of Houston completely fine and some parts hit by the hurricane pretty hard? I binged all the lands on the 4th of July. It's funny how the pizza wars continue year after year. I don't think pizza wars are ever going away. I try to look back. I don't remember when the pizza wars started. Because, like, we've been getting pizza at every land pretty much since the beginning of time. I don't know if it was the first land at my house or what. Like, in what, 2018, 2019 was when we started, like, arguing about pizza. I need to go back and watch all of them just to see when was that pivotal moment in time when people started having strong opinions on pizza, and then it just became a tradition to argue about pizza. But yeah, I do enjoy the pizza segments of the lands because no matter what, we'll never agree on it. It's kind of like your family and politics, right? You always have, like, when you get family get-togethers, you have like that old uncle or whoever that you just will never agree with on politics. Yeah, that's like us, except with pizza. What exactly did the doctor suggest is wrong with your foot? Leading theory is gout. If it's not gout, then it is something that all the blood tests, all the x-rays, all the ultrasounds, all is completely missed. But we're doing a CAT scan Friday, so hopefully we get to the bottom of it soon. 1.2 million customers still without power. That's at least 60 hours at least without power. That's crazy. Like, I mean, in Washington, power outages due to storms it's not, like, it happens every couple of years or so. Power outages due to snow is more common, but I don't think we've ever gone 60 hours. I think the most we've gone is, like, that I remember, is like 24 hours, if that. And the good thing is, like, we live in a house that has gas, so gas still works. So, you know, our stove still worked. We could still heat food, things like that. So, But dang, that's rough, Kevin. Yeah, hopefully that all comes back on soon. That's crazy. Well, yeah, 1.2 million customers, but like per household, you're talking, on average, probably like 3-4 people. So, why did you and the Land Crew stop going to PAX West? I mean, PAX over the years has lost its draw. Like, PAX isn't as exciting anymore these days. Like, unless you're trying to go to play games, like literally wait in line for hours to play a game slightly early. I don't know, like, I like going because I can make content from it. So for me, it's worth going to. Like, even if PAX, like, I'm not interested at what booths are there or what games are being demoed, I can at least make content. So I still go to PAX. I went last year. I went the year before. I'm trying to go this year as a content creator to get a media badge. I put my thing in, but they haven't got back to me yet. But yeah, I like going to PAX to, talk to other PC gamers and stuff like that and just walk around, watch cosplay. But going as a group, like, it's just harder to schedule and time things. And the crew is not as into it, except for James. James from LAN goes every single year, no matter what. So I always usually meet up with him briefly and stuff like that. But yeah, 1 million kids without Fortnite. I mean, screw the Fortnite, man. AC is, especially for Texas, that seems to be like the biggest thing. Having the AC not be working in that heat, oof. I mean, today in Washington was like 82, and it was feeling pretty warm. And I mean, I couldn't imagine in the like mid 90s and not having AC. All right, we have been streaming, and my foot has been up like this for 2 hours. As you can imagine, sitting like this for that long is not the most comfortable thing in the world. So we're gonna stream for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna get ready to go eat dinner. So yeah, we talk about whatever you guys want for the rest of the stream, but we're just gonna chill from here on out. So they're saying it's gout? Yeah. So I think you missed, yeah, you definitely missed it in stream. So my uric acid levels, Kevin, is currently 5.2. So it's below the 6. 6 is the magical number, right? So it's below, but my doctor said there are people who can get gout even though they have low uric acid levels. And then there are people who have well above 6 and they never have gout. So uric acid is one of the indicators, but it is not like the defining thing that says whether or not you have gout. So just based on, his experience though and what it looks like, he's still thinking it's the leading like cause. But we're doing the CAT scan Friday. Hopefully, I don't know, if it could point out uric crystals in my foot, then that would be a huge indicator. But if not, then even if we don't figure this out, I just want my foot to get better, and we'll keep doing tests. And then if it ends up being gout, I'll just go on the medication for life, 1 pill a day to keep my levels down. But yeah. AC is one thing, but people can't buy/refrigerate food with no power. Can't refrigerate food with no power. Yeah. The thing about the refrigeration is like if you need to pull something from the freezer or refrigerator, you better do it quick, because if you got to keep the refrigerator actually can keep stuff frozen and cool for a really long time, so long as you're not opening it often. The freezer, I feel like, does a better job because like everything in the freezer is already frozen, and usually people's freezers are like stuffed, right? I don't know one person who doesn't have a freezer that's like pretty stuffed. So just with all that in there that's already at freezing temperatures, it'll take a lot longer to thaw all of that out than the refrigerator. But they need to find the uric crystals. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they find it in the CAT scan, because if it's not that, then this is the craziest like just inflammation flare up I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah. 48 hours equals my freezer held up. Now it's probably spoiled. Yeah, that kind of sucks when the power goes out for that long. It's just like all that wasted money that you spent on the food, just like gone. But it is a reset, because I know most people with freezers, they have crap in there that probably should have been thrown out. Like, literally, when me and Melissa cleaned out the freezer recently, we found stuff in there that was like straight up 5-year-old meat that made it to the bottom, and we just never got to. Like, straight up, the label said 2019, like it was a steak or something. So yeah, I think a lot of people have stuff that are probably already bad in their freezer, but I mean, it could be a reset if you want to look at the bright side of things. Killer Engine says, and as for Chang, me and my wife watched LAN Party episodes like a comfort anime, still waiting for Nick to eat a floor tot. Yeah, that'll never happen. You saw in the latest LAN Party, I tried to give him a piece of a pear. You know, a clean pear, fully washed hands, cut up. He didn't even trust the pear. So, yeah, he'll never eat a floor tot. Unless it was on the floor and I put it at the top of the bowl and don't tell him. Which I think is a very mean thing to do. But speaking of anime, I watched so much anime in the last 2.5 weeks. Like, the most I've ever binged and watched anime, just because I had nothing else to do, for the most part. I watched, what's that, Megalobox? What's that one called? Yeah, it's called Megalobox. That was a good one. I watched the first season only, not season 2. I watched the whole entire Netflix, which is 76 episodes of Hajime no Ippo, which is another boxing anime. I watched all. I finished Dr. Stone. I watched Vinland Saga, both seasons, and that's all they have. They don't have a season 3. I watched Solo Leveling, the whole thing. I watched Kaiju number 8. I watched. What else did I watch? I watched all of season 4 and started season 5 of My Hero Academia. I've watched a lot of entire seasons of stuff. That is how much free time I've had being couch ridden. But yeah, I think it's like gotten me back into anime. I've never been a huge anime watcher, but I've watched anime, you know, over the years. But just this whole stint that I had of just watching animes for 2.5 weeks straight, it's got me back into wanting to catch up and watch a lot of other stuff I haven't seen. So, is that new Dear Girl anime any good? People are raving over it. Dear Girl anime. Oh, I watched all of what's it called? Mob Psycho as well. They have that on Netflix. Well, they have seasons 1 and 2. Is there a season 3? If there is, I definitely didn't watch it because it was on Netflix. But yeah, I watched all that as well. And a couple of other things. I can't remember, because the thing about watching anime too is it's hard to remember characters' names, especially when you're watching that much of it in that short amount of time. Like, I can't remember like probably 90% of the characters' names from the animes I've been watching, just because, you know, binging it one watch through, it's hard to retain. I've watched Food Wars before, and they don't have any new seasons out, so, but I watched Food Wars when it, like, years ago, when it first came out, and kept up, but I have not watched Spy X Family. I've heard good things about it, but I just haven't watched it yet. I don't see anything about no Dear Girl anime. Let me see. Dear Girl. Is this slice of life stuff though? So I will say one thing. I don't typically watch slice of life styles of anime. I usually like stuff that's like action packed. If you looked at everything I listed off, they're all pretty much like action based anime. Yeah, I don't really watch like day in the life of a student type stuff. Like, it needs to at least have some form of action or something like that. Anime about a deer girl. This looks like a slice of life one though, like a comedy one. If you haven't seen the movies, I've seen Akira. Steam Boy I haven't seen. Spriggan I haven't seen. Elusive electrons. If they don't find out what's going on with it, I would suggest mushroom reishi. Mushroom reishi. What is that? Extract. It's from Paul Stamets in Olympia. Oof, Olympia's a pretty decent drive for me. Improved circulation. I mean, I'm pretty confident that my doctor is going to figure out what's wrong with me. It's just one of those things, right? That, like, honestly, I scheduled my CAT scan last week. The issue is the whole medical, like, industry in the U.S., it's all determined on when you can get an appointment, which sucks. That's why I went to the ER twice. The ER, they have to see you right away. But if you try to schedule an appointment with any kind of like specialist or doctor, they could be booked months in advance out. Like, you're not going to see them for a long time. So with regards to the CAT scan, like, I couldn't just schedule it and do it the same day. I couldn't even do it the same week because they have to get approval from insurance, and that takes time because the insurance person at the hospital has like a bunch of, you know, cases that they have to go through. So the fact that, like, even getting something like a CAT scan done, which if I was in the ER, I think they could have done it instantly. But since this was ordered not based on the ER, but based on my doctor, yeah, like, I'm not getting it till like a week after I scheduled it. So it's just kind of annoying where, like, I'm sure we'll figure out what the issue is. It's just these, like, time-gated things are what's forcing it to take so long. This is why we do need more people in healthcare, but no one want to do it. Well, they don't want to do it because unless you get super lucky and are born poor, so you get full ride scholarships, you're going literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Like, yeah, you make a lot as a doctor right out of school, but you're also on the hook to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars. And having that hanging over you when you can just get like an engineering degree or like a CS degree, make comparable amount of money and not going to crazy debt, like, it's kind of a no-brainer. Plus, it's less stressful, right? You mess up with CS, you mess up, well, engineering, the safety thing is not so much. People can die. But the health field is like, people's lives are at risk here. Like, it is stressful. Coding something for Google or Amazon, who cares if something messes up, right? Sure, they'll go offline and they'll lose money, but we're not talking about life and death here. So elusive electron. Okay, I'll write that down, and I'll keep a note on that just in case we don't figure out what the heck is wrong with my foot. Mushroom reishi extract from Olympia. Paul Stamets. I'll do some more research, obviously, as well. Not anime, but Pokemon Concierge. What is that? That's something that... So, as a kid, I grew up watching Pokemon all the way up to about the Johto League. So, that's like Pokemon Gold and Silver-ish. But, man, nowadays, when I go to, like, Netflix and just see how much Pokemon content there is, like, all the different seasons, all the different spin-offs of shows, all the different movies, and like, the, you know, the character design, it's still Ash, but, like, he looks different because the art style has changed. Like, I don't know if I could... He's still like 10 years old, right? I don't know if I want to watch a 10-year-old kid going around on his Pokemon adventures now that when I started watching Pokemon, I was like 9 or 10, around there. And I was Ash's age. I'm 35 now, and he's still 10. I don't know if I could relate to that as a show anymore, you know? Oh yeah, most of the Pokemon mainline anime is pretty filler. But okay, what is this concierge thingy? It looks like stop motion clay animation almost, or like almost like fabric, like little dolls and stuff. Okay. It looks a little more interesting. The characters look more adult. And it's on Netflix, you say? On Netflix. Okay, I might check that out. The main character is a burnt-out adult that changes jobs to work at a Pokemon resort. Okay, that sounds like something a lot of, like, I would want to do. But, okay. We went 30 minutes past 7, so... Alright, y'all. That's going to be it for tonight. I want to thank you extra for coming today for the first stream back after a 2-week off due to the medical crap that I've been dealing with. So, I think we should be back for good unless things get worse, which they should not. Regardless of my ability to walk yet, I should be able to make the streams every single week. So, streams should be back on normal schedule every week now. And then long form content should be returning very, very soon. I'm starting to work on that. So, like I said, I have stuff that just needs to be edited. Like it's like done. But yeah, I just need to get myself down here, hobbling down here every single day to work on it. So yeah, Pika Wubs with the $4.99 super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Have a great rest of your evening or day. Have a great rest of your week, and have a great weekend coming up. We didn't even get to talk about 4th of July. I totally forgot that happened last week because my 4th of July was spent sitting on the couch watching anime. But maybe we could talk about it next week. But yeah, hearing people's 4th of July plans. I couldn't even get to Chris's LAN party stuff, so I gotta get to that next week as well. I'll put it in the notes in the stream submissions. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you all next week. Take care. Bye bye.